Hello, everybody, and welcome to the live stream. You are stuck with just me today. Unfortunately, Rosin had a family emergency and was not able to join us today. So, today we were going to talk about, well, first of all, let me thank our supporters, Danko and DB, and there was somebody else there, I thought. Maybe not. Okay. Anyway, so you'll have to deal with me not being very good at this stuff. So today, I think we were supposed to talk about MetaMask and the possible trading of Essence token when it launches on and I believe it's going to be traded on Uniswap. So I'm not sure if it'll be listed anywhere else at the time being. Anybody have any any helpful hints? You're more. I appreciate the comments. So. Uh, Welcome in, Ferris, Spectrum, Nisa, TV. Thank you for showing up, guys. Um, so, MetaMask. You know what? I think there is a ton of videos on YouTube about setting up MetaMask. And so um, I'm going to let you folks try and do that that way. I mean, it was pretty simple um, to set up, uh, but I'm just not good about showing it. Liquidity input. Okay, so let's see, Ferris. What happened to? Oh, there it is. Liquidity pool. Look at. I know everybody's hyped up about liquidity pools and stuff like this, but I don't see Earth Two starting the liquidity pool only because the time, actually more the time involved in doing so, in setting up the contracts for setting up the pairs that you're going to be using for the liquidity pool. You understand that you need to one set up the contract for the liquidity pool for each pair that you are going to offer. So let's say one pair is ETH and Essence, and you have to have a equal amount of each one when you initially start the liquidity pool. You also need to have people to manage that. And you know what? The Earth Two team's got quite a plate full already. So I don't expect them to take and launch a liquidity pool. That doesn't mean that somebody else can't come along and set one up. It doesn't have to necessarily be done by Earth Two. I don't know all the ins and outs of doing that, but it can be done. I know there's liquidity pools for different projects that are ran by other people other than the project themselves. So, but I'm not the best person to ask all that stuff on. I just don't see Earth Two team trying to set up a liquidity pool. Somebody else may be in the future. Let's see. Like I said, I am not okay. Um, so Uniswap is pretty easy to use. I mean, like I said, I'm gonna. There's a ton of videos for setting up MetaMask, and so I'm going to leave you guys, the people, to take and look that up. I might try and do a listing of some of them um, down in the comments or something, somewhere around the other way. Um, Hands up if. Uh, what's this? Hands up if you'd ever heard what a liquidity pool. Thank you, Jolly Rogers. Yeah, I'm not sure many people understand that. I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong. So um, let's see. MetaMask does not work on. Okay. So I don't. So Spectrum's saying that MetaMask doesn't work on OfferGX, so I'm using crypto wallet. I personally myself, as far as using Uniswap, I just use my Coinbase wallet. So there's a variety of different wallets that you can use for tying into them. Has one, and then of course uh, Uniswap itself has its own wallet. Let me pull that screen up a second here. Let me share my screen. Go to Uniswap, and so getting into Uniswap is not too hard. Launch the app, and then you'll connect your wallet, and so you got Uniswap wallet itself, MetaMask, Coinbase wallet, and I'm sure there's much more other wallets out there to take a look at. Um, but I thought that it would be hard to use Uniswap until about a week ago myself, and then found out that it's not nearly as hard as I thought it was. So anyway, this is going to be a very short streaming. Hey guys, also I'm not up on the doing the giveaway thing like Rosin has set up for doing it, but I am giving away a Jolly Rogers Blood Art. And what's going to happen here is well, actually, I'm going to do it right now. Whoever's got the fastest fingers gets this guy. So, whoops, sorry, the Tundra. uh, I'll be giving away a Blood Art next week. So, anyway, so is everybody hyped up for the token launch? I think everybody is. Any predictions on prices? Yes, you do. You either need to have USDC in your wallet or you need to have Ether. Either, well, actually, it depends upon. I imagine it will be yeah, Ether or USDC in your wallet to have to be able to take and buy the Essence token if you want to buy. Hmm. Okay. You'll yes, you'll need to have Ether in your wallet anyway, just for the gas fees, as Adam is talking as mentioned here. So yes, wallet cash to trade. Correct. So what Adam is saying there is when you're going to need a Ether to transfer the essence out of Earth 2, and then you're also going to need essence for the gas fees. So you have gas fees both ways, and so you'll need to have enough Ether in there to take and do that. I'm glad you got plenty there, Jolly. uh, hype. Yeah. Um, so, oh gosh. Yo, who got the, yes. Thank you, Rosin. So did somebody get that Jolly Roger skin? Please let me know in the comments. Oh, congratulations, Em. Glad you did. Whoops, what did? All right. So I hope everybody's been having a good week. Um, if I remember, I was playing Easy Birds. All right. Hmm. I'm gonna. So I'm trying to read the comments, guys, and think of something to talk about other than sitting here twiddling my thumbs. Um, Congratulations to M for getting the giveaway. We'll have another one next week, and maybe I'll learn how to talk more on these streams things. I'm not very good at that, but not when I have somebody not when I have somebody that's social like Resin. So uh, anyway. Just a minute, guys. I'm doing some back end chatting. So, uh, guess what? Thank you. You're welcome, M. Talk about marketplace, I guess. Okay. So, M was talking, or Spectrum says talk about marketplace, and as far as what's happening with, hey, there you go. Thank you for rescuing me.
Yeah, I figured I could jump in for a quick 5-10 minutes. My daughter's really sick at the moment, so I'm trying to keep an eye on her.
Right.
Does this sound alright?
How's she doing? Doing
Yeah,
better?
she's okay. It's
Okay.
just tummy bug stuff.
Oh.
Yeah, Spectrum says what is hot right now. The prices are hot.
So yeah, droids are fluctuating quite a bit between 72 and what 84 or something like this, unless they're trying to talk about the market on as far as crypto goes, and everything's kind of in a holding pattern. I've got we got a couple of some trading stuff that I've been doing with in the crypto market, and everything. Like I said, pretty much everything is in a holding pattern as far as I can tell, not moving very much one way or another. So I'm looking. I figure that everybody's probably waiting for something to break loose, either with the U.S. the Feds here in the U.S. or something in the EU. I don't know. So,
Yeah,
a couple of different projects going on.
I think yeah, the marketplace is a good one to talk about, but then probably the hot topic is going to be liquidity, the liquidity pool, and how that's going to work, because a lot of people are really confused about that.
Right.
I'm still kind of confused about it because everyone's an expert. No one hasn't really given us much to really go by. What happens first? Who does what? I've done a little bit of research. There's incentive for people to work in the liquidity pool, which is basically they get, and this is a Uniswap thing, and they call them market makers. So they get a percentage of the gas fees.
Right. Correct.
So yeah, it's really just dependent on which audience it attracts as far as crypto investors, because we all know that Uniswap, what was it like? They recently announced that they'd had like a trading volume of, was it 2 trillion or 2 billion or something crazy?
2 billion. Yes. They just broke the 2 billion trading limit. So, but
so that's like bigger than the other exchanges as well, because the biggest thing with Uniswap is anyone can jump on it. You have a wallet, you don't have to go through any verification process.
No.
Correct. And anyone can trade on there if they have the tokens required to do it. So there's no, like, it's kind of a, I don't know, you could kind of call it like a black market in a sense, but not like, it's not necessarily.
It's a decentralized exchange. Unlike it's a decentralized exchange. There's a couple other decentralized exchanges, ShipSwap, and some others are decentralized exchanges, more minor than Uniswap. Uniswap is kind of like the biggest one out there. So What was that?
Hey, Elaine.
Hey, Elaine. Hello. Welcome in.
Yeah,
I
Adam's
doubt there will
saying he
be a
doubts that
lack
there'll be
for
a lack of
liquidity.
liquidity. But that's the thing, right? When you look at the market caps of things like Sandbox, Wild World, Decentraland, these guys
Right.
have all got a couple $100 million backing them already.
Right.
And as far as I'm aware, Wild World doesn't even have a public game. It's only in closed beta testing at the moment.
Right.
So, if there's enough exposure to it. But that's the thing; it's not going to come from Earth 2. I don't think. I think it's actually going to come from when it launches. That it's just going to spread as word of mouth. That hey, this project's got all of this and this.
Right.
It's got basically all the numbers we see in the white paper. You just have to show some in the white paper and go, oh, this would be a really good idea to get on this super early because it's going to gain traction and it's going to gain activity.
Right.
You know what I mean? So, 1 billion supply compared to all the other ones with everything that Earth 2 has shown, there's no doubt that I think that there will be people that will jump in on it. But the doubt and uncertainty, I think, lies with Earth 2 saying that they're not going to add a liquidity pool. They're basically going, we're not going to touch it.
Right.
And that's just from a legal standpoint. Okay. So they're just saying that they're not going to specifically back it because they don't want people to expect that there's going to be a certain amount of liquidity or anything like that, because I've spoken about it before.
Okay.
So it's like a covering your backside sort of thing.
Sure. Yeah.
So
You
yeah.
gotta you like I said, you gotta have the funds to back up the set up the liquidity pool. You have to have the resources and the manpower also to take and manage it as well. So they've got a full plate, and I'm sure that there's plenty of somebody will probably pick it up. And like you said, I didn't know about Uniswap having liquidity pools, but it doesn't surprise me. I didn't research fully into that. So.
Yeah, the thing is too, from what I've read, and someone can correct me if I'm wrong, but it's also dependent on the smart contracts of the token. Okay. So whatever Earth 2 set up in their smart contract, as far as anything goes, really, will be how it plays out. So that's probably the thing. There's a couple of different points that I've seen across the socials where people have said really disappointed with the white paper because it doesn't tell you or doesn't explain or give any details as to how the smart contract is going to work, where the tokens are coming from, or any sort of details on basically the token itself, apart from the supply and the halvening and the fact that it's disinflationary and deflationary.
So I'm going to share my screen.
Yeah, go for it.
Okay. There we go. So these are the pools. This is just the top pools in Uniswap at the moment. So Uniswap does handle liquidity pools as well. So
yeah,
it's very possible. It's very possible they could set up some kind of pool of that for ETH or for assets. I guess I don't know.
Yeah, Spectrum saying, can you do a liquidity pool for Mana or Victoria VR or some meme coin? Yeah, on Uniswap you can. You can pretty much just make, if you have the smart contract for the token set up properly, and it's fully audited, you can basically launch any token on there without a liquidity pool. And yeah, anyone can pretty much back it. It's high risk and high volatility, obviously, with no liquidity pool. Yeah, so my expectation for that is that there's going to be market makers, and that, like Shane is saying, ETH whales that are going to just pump it and do whatever they want to do with it. Right. But again, that relies heavily on what the players decide to do with their essence tokens, because they essentially own them. So if players hold all of their essence tokens, then the price of it is obviously going to go up because there's not going to be that many available. We can pretty much set the price however we want as a collective of Earth 2 users.
Right.
But again, this is, comparing to things like how easy it is to get joules versus how easy it is to get essence. I mean, joules, for example, are 7 cents a piece with a total supply of 150 million. Whereas, and limited utility, essence has a bit more utility than what joules does. If joules
at the moment anyway.
If joules went up as a token, that would be a different story.
Right. I don't see them. I thought that they planned on well, I don't know. I was thinking NFTs, but I don't think that's correct. I think they're just leaving it as game currency.
Yeah.
The joules I was talking about.
Yeah, look,
they're tools to use within the game itself. It's not necessarily, but you can swap them around like NFTs. Yeah. So I guess.
Spectrum saying here, so when you send 10,000 essence to the liquidity pool and someone buys that 10,000 essence, what do you get? ETH or E-dollars?
First of all,
you'd get a token. You wouldn't get any. I mean, you wouldn't get E-dollars because E-dollars isn't a token as far as we're aware. Okay. And if you exchange that out of Earth 2, the only thing that you can trade it on Uniswap would be a token that they have that you can pair it with. So the token has to be paired, I believe, before you can trade with it for something else.
I do understand how that's set up. You have to have a pair. You have to have a pair. It has to be tied to a smart contract for the pair, and you don't just put in 10,000 essence. You have to put in if you put in 10,000 essence, then you have to put in 10,000 of whatever token you're pairing it with. So let's say you're pairing it with essence. So your liquidity pool essence, your liquidity pool will be the pair, which is ether and essence, and you have to have equal amount in each one. Now, and then what you receive for that liquidity, okay, some pools give you an extra reward, but generally what you receive is a portion of the fees collected for those pairs trading on any of the exchanges. So, so like for example, when I was in the ShibSwap's liquidity pool, they generally split up 5%. 5% of the fees was split up between everybody that was in that pool.
Yeah, and so that's right. So it works up. It's similar to that, I would imagine. Mm-hmm. Anyway, I've got to go. My dog has decided that it wants to play with me, and that's not going to be real fun for anyone. So
okay, all right. Well, I think I'm actually going to try and wrap this up unless I can see some other comments and whatnot to maybe talk about. But
did you go over any of the? You should pull up on Twitter or X all of Yena's recaps, and maybe you can go over some of that stuff if you want.
If I could find it, you know how bad I am on that stuff. You always keep track of that stuff.
Just search Yena.
Next week, I'll do it next week.
Yeah, we'll figure something out anyway. But yeah, we'll definitely be doing it this time every week. Just because
I'll
at least the Aussies can come on.
Yeah, I'll start keeping track. Okay.
All right. I'll catch you guys later.
Thanks for popping in. So
no worries.
All right. I hope your daughter's feeling well soon. Thank you.
Yeah. Thanks, man. See ya.
All right. Let's see. What are you saying, Spectrum? What do you got here? Tax will be awful. Oh, okay. Well, I hope they're not too bad.
Honestly. All right, can you drop me out of here?
Oh, okay. I can. You're gone. Bye. Oh. understand. I'm hoping people are starting to understand what liquidity pools are, and there's a lot more involved in them than just dropping a token in there and stuff. Um, so when you look, let me pull the screen back up real quick, and so when you look at this, what raise these up in there. These are liquidity pools within Uniswap, and you see that all pools are based upon a pair. Okay, so you have to have a pair to establish a pool. Uh, anyway, so hopefully people understand that it's not and, it's not quite as simple as most people think. So, hey guys, you know what? I'm going to wrap this up. I'm not very good at this by myself, so maybe I'll work on it a little bit, try and get myself put together better. Um, Congratulations to them for getting the Tundra, and thank you everyone for participating and joining in, and we will do this again next week. Hopefully the same time we are on now, and you guys have a great day.